NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now Dobbs. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense, pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Sermon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Out of the gun, Dobbs. This pass complete to Higgins. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And this will be a Packers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, Dobbs to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Dobbs. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his fourth rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. This to Arnold on the short pass. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now, if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On second down, it's Sermon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. To throw is Dobbs. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Dobbs is throwing. His throw incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Third and 12. Garoppolo looks to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 2nd down, Dobbs. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Straight ahead, it's Sermon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Dobbs. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Down to about the 32.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's to a man who's used to catching passes in the green and gold, Devontae Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Las Vegas paid a steep price to acquire Adams from Green Bay last offseason, and yet they got their money's worth from him in 2022. NFL best 14 receiving touchdowns, over 1,500 yards, and a well-deserved 3rd straight All-Pro selection.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Raiders had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. But, Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. 2nd and 11.
One, Omaha.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. Garoppolo now. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Wait.
They go with Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business. We know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh, my goodness, how close was that to being negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Counter play with Jacobs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. They needed 5 there
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, he's got Myers.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. A pass complete downfield to Renfro. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. A good pickup there at 22.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's pulled for 4 now. And that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Dobbs now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
On the give, this is Nichols. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Back to throw Dobbs. Into the hands of Nichols. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Dobbs. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Dobbs. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. And they'll run with Nichols. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Dobbs. Open man, here is Cobb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly
right. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 115 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts?
There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Dobbs to throw. This one caught downfield by Higgins. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They give the Sermon out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Tyree Wilson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here we go.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's third down now. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And he's out right at the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
No, I think they're more than pleased, right? They got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync. So for Las Vegas,